Number 5. The origins of hockey. Unlike baseball or basketball, the origins of hockey are unclear. While some say the version of the game was played by the French and the Irish as far back as the 1700s, others claim it was invented in the mid-1800s when Canadians would grab their homemade sticks and play on the frozen ponds in Ontario. Believe it or not, the first puck used in these games was reportedly made of frozen cow dung. The first organized indoor hockey game was played March 3, 1875 in Montreal, between two teams of 9 players each, many of whom were McGill University students. The National Hockey League, or most people know it as the NHL, was founded on November 22, 1917. Number 4. Hockey before helmets. Some people think that hockey was always played with the equipment we see today, but that's far from right. The first goaltender to be credited wearing a face mask during a game was Montreal Canadiens' Jacques Plante. He decided to wear one after a shot had broke his nose in 1959, and wore one ever since. He was made fun of at first, but now every goaltender in hockey wears a face mask and would think it's ludicrous not to. Thanks to him, many broken bones and stitches have been avoided. The last player in the NHL to play without a helmet was Craig MacTavish, who retired in 1997. Number 3. The trophies of hockey. Now there's many trophies in hockey, and I can make multiple videos on just trophies, but to keep your interest, I'll just talk about one. The most recognized trophy in hockey is the Stanley Cup, but did you know the Stanley Cup has been around longer than the NHL? The Stanley Cup was created in 1893, while the NHL was established in 1917. The Stanley Cup was named after Canadian Governor-General Lord Stanley of Preston, who donated the trophy. The trophy at the time was only 7 inches high. Since the year 1914, the Stanley Cup has been awarded every single year except for 2 times. One time was during the Spanish flu pandemic in 1919, and the more recent one occurred in 2005 during the NHL lockout. The cup and base now stands more than 35 inches high. Number 2. Women in the NHL. We all know that the NHL is a professional hockey league in which men only take part of, but did you know there's actually one woman to play in the NHL? Manon Rhéaume is the first and only female goaltender or player to lace up her skates in the NHL. She tried out for the Tampa Bay Lightning in 1992 and was signed as a free agent. Her first game she played was an exhibition game against the St. Louis Blues in 1992. She only played 1 period and let in 2 goals. Her only other NHL game was a second exhibition game against the Boston Bruins in 1993. She has won 2 gold medals in the IIHF Women's World Championships in 1992 and 94 as well. She also has a silver medal in the 1998 Winter Olympics. Number 1. The Hockey Hall of Fame. The Hockey Hall of Fame is dedicated to the history of ice hockey and is both a museum and Hall of Fame. It holds exhibits about players, teams, NHL records, memorabilia, and NHL trophies, including the Stanley Cup. Canada is widely known as the birthplace of hockey, so it's only suiting that the Hockey Hall of Fame is located in Toronto, Canada. There is also an American Hockey Hall of Fame for players, coaches, etc. that are American-born. There are only 13 people that are members of both Hall of Fames. The Hockey Hall of Fame has tons of activities, information, and events that all revolve around hockey. And if you like this video and want to learn more about hockey, I highly recommend giving it a visit. It's a very interesting place and is always keeping up to date in their hockey collections and attractions.